Welcome once again uh, with the next session of program analysis. I think in the previous session, we have already seen different types of algorithms. We will see some other algorithms also, but before that, I think we should know flowcharts. So today we'll start with flowcharts. So what is flowchart? So I've given the definition. A flowchart is a graphical or a pictorial representation of an algorithm with the help of different symbols, shapes, and arrows to demonstrate a process or a program. I think you understand. Everyone knows that picture speaks more than words. Okay, so same thing. We can easily understand flowcharts. With algorithms, we can easily understand the program. But the main purpose of flowchart is to analyze different methods. Okay, so it will be more clear when we'll go ahead. What is flowchart? So I think it is already given that graphical or pictorial representation of an algorithm. So that is a flowchart. Now, in order to understand this, can you see we are having different symbols like rectangle that is used for process, indicates any type of internal operation inside the processor or the memory. Then parallelogram, that we call it as a input output. Okay, used for any input output operations, indicate that the computer is to obtain or obtain data or the output result. Then decision box or the rhombus, used to ask the questions that can be answered in yes no format or true or false. Can you see connectors? Okay, suppose if you connectors allows the flowchart to draw without intersecting the lines or without or a reverse flow. Okay, then predefined processes used to invoke a subroutine or an interrupt program. Now this is very important. Rounded rectangles, these are known as start or the terminals. Okay, indicates the starting or the ending of the program processes or interrupt program. Now these are also very important, like arrow lines or the flow lines show the direction in which your program is going. So I hope you understood this. Now let's go ahead. What is there? So these are very important symbols. All these are very important symbols. Let's go ahead. Now what is the difference between algorithm and the flowchart? If we compare, flowchart is a movie, then algorithm is the story of that movie. Okay, so in other words, algorithm is the core of the flowchart actually. So remember that flowchart is algorithm is very important, and to demonstrate that we require a flowchart. Actually in in the field of computer programming, there are many difference between the algorithm and the flowchart regarding various aspects such as the accuracy, the way they display, the way people feel about them. Below is a table. So I just prepared one table which will be showing you the differences between algorithm and the flowchart. So algorithm, it is a procedure for solving the problem. It is a graphical representation of process. The process is shown step by step instruction. The process is shown in a block by block information, like diagrams will be there. It is complex and difficult to understand. I think it is initiative and easy to understand. The convenient to debug error, it is hard to debug error. Suppose there are some problems or errors, it's difficult here, difficult in algorithms. The solution is showcased in the natural language. The solution is showcased in the pictorial format. It is somewhat easier to solve the complex problem. It is hard to solve the complex problem. It costs more time to create an algorithm. It costs less time to create a flowchart. So I hope flowchart is better than the algorithm when you see all the properties or the comparisons. Now let's see other thing. Now here you can see draw the flowchart to find the area of a circle. So I think everyone knows the algorithm, like start, input, then variable declaration. I think here instead of variable declaration they have not used, but you can use it. So can you see start? Then if you want you can use variable declaration also, but if you don't use, will do. Like suppose after start you can use variable declaration. Okay, whichever the variables you want to use, like I think r, a, or pi. Okay, otherwise this will also do. Now can you see we are having start read means input, so whatever the input is there, that you can say as read. Then pi is a constant, that is 3.14. Okay, then area, I think this is a formula, but very important thing is the symbols. Can you see start at the exit or the stop is same, input is always having a parallelogram, then process or I think just to give some value, they are in rectangle. Now this is very important formula, that is area is equal to pi r square. Then rectangle, sorry, not rectangle, this is your parallelogram for output. Output is also known as display, then stop. Okay, so I hope that was very simple. Now draw the flow chart to find the temperature, but the input is given in Fahrenheit. Okay, so same thing, start read F, so F in the case Fahrenheit, okay, then that is temperature in Fahrenheit. Now can you see they are just going to calculate with this formula, C is equal to 5 upon 9 into F minus 32. So this is like just changing your Fahrenheit into degree Celsius, then print C, end. I think it is very simple. So you have to just draw the flow chart. Now let's see the flow chart. Next flow chart, draw the flow chart to find the greatest among two numbers. So I think here we require a decision box. Start, except our input is same, so A, B, so we require only two inputs. Okay, now there is a decision box. So can you see we have used a decision box. If A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, there are two possibilities, true or false. If it is true, then it will display this A is greater, or it will just display the value of A, and if it is false, it will display the value of B. And finally out of this only one thing will be displayed, not both, because either A will be greater or B will be greater. Okay, then you can stop. So I think this is simple algorithm, sorry, not algorithm, flowchart. Draw the flowchart to find whether the given number is odd or even. Okay, so I think almost the same type of flowchart. Start, input. Now is n mod 10. Now what do you mean by n mod 10? Mod means remainder. Suppose if I divide, if the number is 3, and if I write 3 mod 2, so when you divide it, okay, so 2 ones are 2, I think what will be the remainder? Remainder will be 1. So that means mod means remainder, so output will be the remainder. Mod means remainder, remainder is your output. Okay, so I hope you understood. So when we divide any number, by 2, and if the remainder is 0, then it is even. If you divide any number by 2, and if the remainder is not 0, that means it is false, and that means it is odd. You can take any example. For example, if I would have taken 4 here, then 2 2s are 4, so remainder would have been 0, so the number is even. If the 7, suppose if the number is 7, or if n is 7, then if you divide it by 2, so your answer, remainder will be 1, that means this will be false, and your output will be odd, and it will stop here. Now I hope that is very simple. Now I think this is one more algorithm, flowchart. Draw the flowchart to find whether the given number is 0, positive or negative. So you have to input one number, and you have to check whether that given number is 0, negative, positive. So suppose start, read that number. If n is greater than or equal to 0, so if n is greater than 0, then it will come here, and it will check whether the number is positive or not. So it will come here. So if it is greater than 0, I think this would have been exactly if they would have written instead of n is greater than 0. So if they would have not written equal to, that would have been better. So it will just show you that the n is positive. Now if it is equal to 0, that is if n is less than 0 then it will come to negative. Okay, that means if it is not greater than 0, that means it is less than 0. Okay, so it will come this side and it will check whether if it is less than 0, it will come here and it will just show you the negative. Okay, if it is equal to 0, like here also it will equal to 0, here also it will equal to 0, then finally it will show you the output as 0 only. So I hope you understood whatever the flowcharts I have told you. Please you can take any examples and you can practice. So we will see some other algorithms in the next session and the flowcharts. Thank you very much.